Hello, friends. If you are new to my channel, welcome. If you are a fan or a subscriber, welcome back. I really do appreciate the patronage. Today's topic is Jehovah's Witnesses mistreating people. I have talked about some very high-placed individuals they have mistreated, but now I'm going to be talking about others. I am not here talking about individual Jehovah's Witnesses mistreating people, although they do through their shunning. However, they believe they must do the shunning due to their organization saying that they must. I am talking about the organization itself mistreating people. I am a people person, and mistreating people pisses me off. So if I get a little hot under the collar in this episode, please excuse me. I have been trained in psychology and halfway through a master's in counseling. Let's go. Another couple that Watchtower woefully mistreated were Bill and Joan Setner. Bill was a Bethelite in the 50s, serving as part of the service department. He received a lot of questions concerning the smallpox vaccine, which was required for school. Jehovah's Witnesses wrote asking if it was against God's law to receive it. In 1951, he asked Nor about it, explaining that he didn't know how to answer because he wasn't sure if the Watchtower's policy was correct. Nor replied that it wasn't Bill's job to determine policy. When Bill left to give a talk in Pittsburgh, he returned to find that the letters had been answered in his absence. He then visited the manufacturer, who assured him that no blood had been used in the making of the vaccine. Upon returning to Bethel, he sent a memo to Nor about his discovery, but never heard back. However, shortly thereafter, a letter to the membership stated that vaccines were now a conscience matter. In 1958, Bill resigned from Bethel and turned down an offer for district overseer. He later explained that he had doubts about Watchtower, stemming from his time at Bethel. However, those doubts did not lead Bill away from the society, but rather studying the Bible, which convinced him that the doctrines were unscriptural. Also in that same year, Bill married Joan, who served at Bethel for 4 years. He was disfellowshipped in 1962 after the leadership learned of his response to a question. He was asked what he would do if his child needed a blood transfusion, to which he answered that he'd let the doctors decide. Joan was disfellowshipped in 1964 after she attended one of her husband's seminars about Jehovah's Witnesses and blood transfusions. Both came to the conclusion that Jesus had not chosen Watchtower to be his earthly representative. Charles de Wilde, former military, wandered into headquarters sometime after World War I. He needed a job, and they gave him one in exchange for room and board, plus a few dollars a month. Years later, he asked to marry a fellow Jehovah's Witness, but Nor refused because it was against the rules. Bethelites had to remain single. However, in 1952, Nor himself married, and de Wilde confronted him. Charles was reprimanded, and Nor made his life miserable. So despite the fact that he had spent the majority of his life at Bethel, and he had no funds, he left. A Thai girl came to New York to attend the Gilead School in upstate South Lansing, New York, but she had a mental breakdown. Staff pleaded with Noor to send the girl home on a plane under supervision. He refused and gave instructions to send her alone at quote-unquote the cheapest way possible. She boarded a train to San Francisco and then boarded a ship bound to Thailand, but she had a nervous breakdown on the ship and jumped overboard. The ship circled around, but she was never seen again. Other people's lives have been irreparably damaged. Some have lost their lives due to refusing blood transfusions. Others have been thrown in jail because they have refused civil service as an alternative to military service. Still others are shunned by their family and friends because the Watchtower organization tells them that their family and friends need to be shunned. Add to that their child abuse problem, and I cannot see how anyone with a clean conscience can possibly be part of this organization. If you like this kind of content, hit the like button, press the subscribe button, and if you want to know when I come out with new content, hit the bell next to this subscribe button. My Twitter, Discord, email, and PayPal links are in the description, along with the source that I used for this episode. If you wish to support this channel, you may do so on my PayPal link. Question everything and never be afraid. Here are a few videos from my library. If you have not watched them yet, go ahead and watch them and tell me what you think. Until next time, friends, goodbye.